Hello pilots and ground crew, I'm back. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. So, and thanks for people that left comments saying hope you get better soon, George. I appreciate it. Yeah, feeling a lot better now. So, I've hopefully I'll say that again, hopefully going out for a flight today with the new quad. I mentioned when I posted a video, I think it was last week, when I said I wasn't very well, that I've got a few things coming up. Well, the new quad's arrived, right, and something a bit special. You may have seen one before, and I'll start off by saying it's by GEPRC, and you know that means quality. Full stop, you know that means quality. So let's take a look at the table. Open it up, just give you a quick look at it, and then I'll get the props on and get stuff sorted, take her out for a flight, and I'll show you the flight at the end of the video. Okay then, let's zoom down to the table. Here we go then, here's your box, and a little bit wider than your average box, because as I've already said to you, this one's a ready to fly quad. By GEPRC, which as I mentioned means quality. Anything from GEPRC means quality. I know they write it on the box, high quality quadcopter, but even if they didn't write that, it's quality. So let's take a look at what it is then, and show you. There you go. Right, I'll just move this to one side for a quick second. Alright, just so I can show you what you get in the box. You get some stickers, you get some information and stuff like that. Alright, you get a nice little, which is somewhat different. Alright, nice little frequency band chart. So if you don't know, hope you can see that. There you go. If you don't know all your bands, right, if you're a newish pilot, you can see them straight off and everything, and you can download the manual online and all that sort of information, and just move that out the road. In this packet you get, I'll go through this quick because this is the boring bit, let's be honest. You get two sets of props, you get some receiver tubing, some padding, which don't know what you'd use for, maybe, well, I'm not sure, but you get some velcro padding, two straps for your LiPo, you get a little mounting plate to put on the top for your battery, you get a nice little FPV antenna, GEPRC branded. You'll see all this lot better when it's all put together, so to speak. You get an extra spare little battery mat, you get some spare. Right, and that's important to notice, you don't need to put anything in, spare nuts and bolts, and you get a spare little connector for, well, connecting up your bits and pieces and stuff, because the one, let me just dump this stuff now, just dump it in the box, just get it out the road, because that's, shall we say, well, not necessarily boring, but the bits you don't want to see. Right, now this quad, I'll start you off, you can see the packaging all nicely bubble wrapped. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. There you go. Yeah, it comes all nicely bubble wrapped and everything, and obviously ready to fly. Now you can actually buy these, right, with receivers all built in. You can have them ready for the R9 long range receiver. They'll come with the R9 all built in and everything. Or another one, I can't remember the other one, right, but this particular one comes with zero receiver, so I have to add my own receiver. I may, right, just in case new pilots don't know how to do it, I may do a separate little video showing you how to add the receiver, or actually when I put mine in, just record it, but I won't do that on this video. So let's just open this up a little bit and get a better view rather than looking straight through the plastic. Well, there she is then, and as you can see, I've put the props on. I've only put one screw in. Oh, them spare screws you got with it are actually for the props, right? They're not spare for the actual quad, they're for the props. Then put them in a separate bag, right? But I've just put the props on loosely. right, just one screw, just so you can get the effect basically. Yeah, and I'll put the pagoda antenna on, and as you see, hopefully you'll see, it's by Gep. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, she's a lovely little quad. Right, you've got a H frame, as I think I mentioned, but so the props will not be in shot during flight, because this is not a racing quad, right, by any stretch of the imagination. It's like a gentle freestyle quad. Right, you'll get about 6 minutes flight time out of it. Right, now, seeing as I mentioned flight time, they recommend the ideal battery for this is a 4-cell. It'll run 3-cell as well, right? But 4-cell 650, right, is the perfect balance for it. However, she'll run up to 850 milliamp, and still at 850 milliamp 4-cell LiPo be under the 250 gram magic number, which is brilliant. It's a 3mm top, bottom plate and arms, and right, that's what I've done is you get oh, I'll tell you one thing as well, check your screws, your nuts underneath. Alright, these were, well, one or two was a little bit, we could say, on the loose-ish side. Alright, but just check they're nice and tight and everything. All your motors, right, all the screws will need Loctiting. Okay, right, so that's somewhat on most quads though, on most ready to fly as such. Now you can get this, I believe I mentioned it, you can get it ready to fly, set up with the M9 receiver for your long range. It comes with it, or it comes with a different receiver. I think I've already skipped over that anyhow. There's 8 screws holding this top plate on. I've already took 6 of them out because I want to take the top plate off to show you a couple of things so you can see it a bit better. So I'll just take these last 2 screws out. Bear with me. It's a 5-point hex driver on all screws. Okay, so you only need 1 screwdriver for everything. So I'll just take that top plate off. There you go, and as you can see straight away, aluminium front, aluminium back, or aluminum for our American cousins. Alright, on this side, alright, this back mount, alright, I don't know 3D mounts, the plastic and stuff, I don't understand it, I don't know about it, but it's like a 3D mount inside, well it is. And you've got your capacitor in one side already built in for you, which is great. And on the other side there's the buzzer already built in. I don't know if you see that, there you go. The buzzer is already built into the quad, which is awesome. Now you can see inside here a bit better, especially if I zoom in now. Whoa, there you go. There, in shot. Now what we've got the RunCam Split Mini V2. I'll come back to that in a minute. Right. On top of that, they put a plastic case in because this one comes without the receiver, for me to actually just mount my receiver on top of there and run the cabling in. Now unfortunately this stack is the Gep stable stack. The Gep stable stack. Try saying that fast when you're drunk. But you get your ESCs, your flight F4 OMNIBUS F4 flight control board, and your VTX. Right, now this stable stack, and it's called stable, that's the name of it by GEPRC, is awesome. It's a really good reliable stack, right, because you can buy the separate components, right, you can buy the stack itself, but it's a really good quality stack. Right. Now a lot of people will say, yeah, but the VTX, it's a UFL connector. Sorry, still not 100% well yet. Right, instead of the MMCX. Well, because it's such a tight build here, I think that's why they've gone for this, because if you imagine an MMCX connector going into there, you'd have a big bulky end coming out, right, and I don't think there'd be enough room, not to mention the cable on an MMCX connector is a lot thicker, and to get it all twisted up and everything in there would be extremely difficult. There is a couple of little downsides in one sense, where the actual receiver plugs in, and it literally is a plug and play when I mount my receiver. Unfortunately, the receiver plug is at this side of the flight control board, right, so I'm going to have to undo the top stack, right, to get at it, but it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean, it's not the end of the world. Now, the elephant in the room, especially if you're a long time subscriber, will actually be the camera. Now, I have had nothing but problems with RunCam Split, right, whether it be for the 5-inch quads, right, or the micro RunCam Split Minis, right. I've had them fail almost every single time. I've got video after video after video. I've had one mounted on a plane, the signal went black, the plane got smashed to pieces. I've had one on a quad, the signal lost, it went into a river somewhere. I've had them fail in mid-flight, the quad's come down, I spent 20 minutes trying to find the bloody thing and then it's all smashed to bits. I don't like them, I hate them actually. However, apparently they've improved on them. And this is, even though this is the Split Mini V2, it's like the Split Mini V2 with an improvement. They've also changed the lens, so it's better through the FPV goggles. It's a high definition recorder. You place an SD card inside, class 10, and it records in high definition. You've got 2 buttons on the side for changing, sorry, they're on that side, for going into your menus and stuff like that. Now, this has got Wi-Fi capable for doing your menus and everything, but unfortunately the way it's mounted, the Wi-Fi plug is just behind the camera, so you'd have to remove the camera, right, to get out the Wi-Fi plug. But excuse me, once again, that's not the end of the world, because it's literally just 2 screws and you can lift the camera up and plug in your Wi-Fi, so it's not the end of the world. I'll just mention the camera. You may not see because I put the props on, which oh yeah, you can see the little screw there. As you can see, there's a slider there, so you can move the camera further forward or further back. Right, so if you take this camera out and you decide you want to use a different camera, but the camera you're using is a bit too big, you can slide it back and mount it in any position you want, even though when you take that lens cap off, right, the camera itself is completely protected with this setup. Now, I believe that's all there is I can really tell you at the moment. I will tell you one more thing about the stack. I mentioned it's the OMNIBUS F4 SD. Right, now the VTX on top, there's a big button there, you can't miss it. You can actually get at the button, I believe, with that mounted on top. Yes, you can, right, to change, which is good. Right. Oh, saying that though, right, while I remember, right, it comes all set up with smart audio and everything, right, so your tramp protocols, so you can do all your settings with your transmitter and your goggles and all like that. That's all great. If you want to do it manually, the button for the VTX, it's hold it down for 3 seconds and it changes channel, right, to your channel button flashes, sorry. Hold it down for another 3 seconds, you go onto your bands. Hold it down for another 3 seconds, you go onto your power. And as for the power, you've got pit mode, or what some people call, well, it is pit mode, but you may think of it as off. 25 and 200 milliamps, which is ample for something small, because you're not going to be going mental. Right, and if you do get the long range setup, you can just change that, increase it, or you might be fine with it. Don't know yet, haven't taken her out as at this point. I'm sorry if this is a bit thingy, but I'm still not 100% well yet, and my brain's sort of doing somersaults, so I apologise, but I'm trying to keep it as clear as I can. yeah, well, I think that's just about everything. It comes all set up, ready to fly basically. If you get the one with the receiver, you've got your XT30 connector on the back. I'll just put these two little screws back in. All these top screws are the same size, so because there's 8, so you can't get them mixed up, just putting them in loose. And I'm only putting these in now because you know what it's like, little screws. You knock them, you lose them, and you never bloody find the things again. And then you have to rummage through your toolbox just to see if you can find a screw that's the right size. Yeah. But, oh, the motors, sorry, did not cover the motors. They're the GEPRC branded motors, and they're the 1206 4500 kV. Now I've used these, or am using these motors on another quad, right? Like I said, if you're a subscriber you'll know all about it, right? And they are bloody awesome motors. They really are good motors. Right, the props that come with what I put on, they're a bit of a strange looking prop. They've got a real high tilt pitch nearer to the end, and then they taper off slightly. But I also use these props on that other quad that I just mentioned with the motors, and they are bloody awesome. They are really, really nice props. They're the I can't pronounce it, AVAN. I always think ding dong Avon, but AVAS 3-inch props. Anyway, I won't try and pronounce that again. So I think I've pretty much covered everything now. If there's any questions, just leave a comment. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to whack that receiver in and get it to the field. When I put the receiver in, if there's any problems putting the receiver in, I will actually make a separate video of how to install it. But there shouldn't be any problems because it really is a plug and play. Right? I will actually, if I remember, just pop up a little picture from the manual. It's a PDF manual that you download, which I prefer rather than having loads of bits of paper all over the place. But it's a PDF manual, and I'll just pop up a little picture showing where you simply plug in your receiver. Like you say, you've seen where it mounts, but like I said, it just goes to the back. You may, depending on the receiver you've decided to use, may have to change some wires round on the actual receiver to plug straight in, but it's not that difficult. Alright, plus more than likely you'll be buying one of these, right, ready to fly with the receiver built in. It's just that I use FlySky, right, as in the Tenergy Evolution, which operates with FlySky radio, FlySky receivers. Right, and most people are using different setups. Well, a majority is using different setups, but I like FlySky gear. Right, very reliable. Right, that's one good thing about FlySky, very reliable. And let's be honest, they were one of the first to come out with this sort of stuff. Okay then, I'll leave it there, so to speak. I'm going to whack in the receiver, and let's do a jump shot to the field. Alright, I'll just give you a little quick look around. There you go. Right, let's whack in the receiver and do a jump shot, get to the field and do some flight footage. Okay then, thanks for watching, and here comes the flight. Right, I'm just jumping in here, pilots, before we go to the field, right, because I thought I'd just show you this real quick. Camera's in my hand, so it's a bit shaky. This cable here came, right, with the actual quad in the box, also with another spare one, right, and you will have to remove the VTX. It's just 4 little nuts, and the VTX itself, if you can see there, I'll try and zoom in a little bit. It's on like a pin. Well, it is a pin header. Alright, and if I show you that side, see the pins there, and they literally plug into the flight control board. Alright, so you just undo the 4 top screws, lift it off, just move it to one side, plug that cable in, and then I'm going to run it round there somewhere, put the VTX back on the top, and then it's just a case of putting my receiver on and cutting this cable and soldering the wires together. Alright, and there's always a bit of soldering in this hobby, as we know, but it really is simple. 4 little nuts, and run that cable underneath, solder it to the receiver, and we're off. Okay, I just thought I'd show you that bit in case anyone was thinking it might be complicated, but it really is simple. And like I said, this cable comes with it, so you don't need to buy any particular settings for the old plug and play. Alright then, right, you've seen that, I'm going to do that, so let's get it done and get to the field. Cheers.